Hello students, welcome. Hope you are doing well. So from today we are starting class 11 maths. Okay, so first chapter is our set theory. Chapter 1 is our 11 maths. Chapter 1 is our set theory. So today we will learn sets, about sets. So before going to the concrete definition, let us examine some question. I am asking some question, you try to give the answer. Suppose if I say your teachers of your school. Okay, now if I say your favorite teacher. Okay, let us take other example. Subjects studied in class 10. Toughest subject in class 10. Okay, now let us try to give the answer. Teachers of your school. If I say teachers of your school, if I ask to any student teachers of your school, what the answer? Answer is same or different? সবাই কয়জন টিচার আছে তোমাদের স্কুলে, এটাই বলবে আনসার। All will be, answer will be same, so this answer will be same. Okay, now if I say your favorite teacher, আমি যদি একজন স্টুডেন্টকে জিজ্ঞেস করি, রামকে জিজ্ঞেস করি who is your favorite teacher, he will say Rakesh sir. Another suppose Sham I am asking, he will say another name. ঠিক আছে, তো পারসন টু পারসন কি করছে, ভেরি করছে, আনসারটা কি আসছে, ডিফারেন্ট। তাহলে your favorite teacher, এই কোশ্চেনের আনসারটা কি আসছে, ডিফারেন্ট। সাবজেক্ট স্টাডিং ইন ক্লাস 10, তাহলে যে কোনো স্টুডেন্টকে জিজ্ঞেস করি ছয়টা সাবজেক্টের নাম বলবে, মানে আনসার কি আসছে, সেম। নাও এগেইন টাফেস্ট সাবজেক্টস, so someone will say science is toughest, someone will say social science, someone will say maths, means answer is different. Okay, so first collection, this is our second, this is our third, this is our fourth. Okay, we will say 1 and 3 are sets and 2 and 4 are simple collections. Okay, means we are taking some objects, আমরা কিছু জিনিস নিয়ে কি জিনিসটা কি নিয়ে নিলাম, টিচার্স অফ ইউর স্কুল, স্কুলের টিচার যেগুলো নিলাম, এটাকে এক জায়গায় জড়ো করলাম। ঠিক আছে, যদি আমরা নেই টিচার এক জায়গায় জড়ো করি, তাহলে দিস উইল বি এ সেট and these 3 subjects studied in class 10, this will be also a set. ঠিক আছে, and this your favorite teacher and toughest subject, this will be a simple collection. ঠিক আছে, this will not be a set. ঠিক আছে, তো সেট কে ডেফিনিশনে কি বলা হয়েছে, যে কালেকশন অফ well defined objects. ঠিক আছে, well defined এর মানে কি, যে পারসন টু পারসন ভেরি করবে না। ঠিক আছে, আমরা অল if we take anything, ঠিক আছে, আমরা যদি একটা কালেকশন, যে কোনো কয়েকটি জিনিস নেই, কয়েকটি অবজেক্টস নেই, then that object will be a collection, this will not be a set until and unless that collection is well defined. Well defined এর মানে কি, আনসারটা পারসন টু পারসন ভেরি করবে না। ঠিক আছে, so collection of well defined objects are called your set. Okay, are called your sets. Okay, so these objects also আমরা এটাকে নাম দিতে পারি also called elements or also called member of the set. Okay, sets কে আমরা ক্যাপিটাল লেটার্স দিয়ে ডিনোট করি, ক্যাপিটাল লেটার্স লাইক a b c etc. ঠিক আছে, অবজেক্টস যেগুলো থাকে, ফর এক্সাম্পল যেগুলো অবজেক্টস, টিচার্স অফ ইউর স্কুল, যতজন টিচার থাকবে তাদের নাম আসবে। ঠিক আছে, এক একজন টিচারকে আমরা কি বলবো, অবজেক্টস, and these objects are denoted by these small letters a b c and d and so on. Okay, let us try to give other examples of set. Okay, you will say whether this will be a set or not. So basic definition we have understood ki, if I take some objects, if I take a collection of objects, then that collection will be a set if that is well defined. Well defined means the answer should not be vary from person to person. So suppose let us take another example. Suppose all vowels in English alphabet. Okay, So first of all, this collection is a set. Why? Because if I ask to anyone, they will give the answer A, comma, E, comma, I, comma, O, comma, U. Okay. So sets are denoted by capital letters, so we'll denote by A. Okay. Now A is a member of this set, so we'll say A is belongs to A. Now E is a member, so we'll say E is belongs to A. This symbol is called your belongs to. Okay. If any member is, if I consider any member of the set, then that will be definitely a member. Okay. So that member representation is belongs to symbol. Okay. E belongs to A, I belongs to A, O belongs to A, we can say U belongs to A, also we can say. Now whether D টা এর মধ্যে থাকবে, এই D অবজেক্ট যেটা আছে A সেটের মধ্যে আছে নাই, তাহলে আমরা কি বলবো, নট বিলংস টু দিয়ে কাট করব। তাকে কি বলবো, D does not belongs to A, जैसे ফর एग्जांपल F also does not belongs to A. ওকে, আন্ডারস্টুড? মানে সেটের অবজেক্টস যেগুলো থাকবে এগুলাকে আমরা বিলংস টু দিয়ে সিম্বল দিয়ে বুঝাবো, ঠিক আছে, মেম্বার অফ দ্য সেট, ঠিক আছে। আর যেটা মেম্বার হবে না এটাকে আমরা কি বলবো, does not belongs to, ঠিক আছে। Let us take some more example of set. So I am saying you try to give the answer whether this collection will be a set. Suppose past presidents of India. If I say, I ask you past president of India, then you say before 2000 means before 2020 how many presidents are there in India. So this you will say this name. If I say all districts in Assam, then this collection will be also a set. Okay. Then if I say all state in India, all states in India, answer will be same, so this collection is also a set. Okay. Now if I say roots of the equation, mathematical example, roots of the equation, roots of the equation x square minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so the answer will be any student will say plus minus 1. So this collection will be also a set. Okay, so what we have said, all if we take anything then that thing will be a collection. This will not be a set until and unless that collection is not well defined. Well defined এর মানে কি, যে person to person answerটা vary করবে না, ঠিক আছে। Now if I say beautiful districts in Assam, then this will not be a set because person to person it will vary. Okay, someone says Borpeta, someone will say this Kamrup is beautiful. Okay, now if I say intelligent students in your class, intelligent student যদি বলি intelligent student in your class, তাহলে এটাও কি করবে, person to person vary করবে, ঠিক আছে। So that collection will not be also a set. Okay, so that collection will not be also a set. Okay, next, definition of sets. Okay, so first we are learning mathematical terminologies, mathematical language. Representation of sets, we can represent the set in two methods, that is called your, first one is called your roster method or tabular method. Sometimes we also call this tabular method or listing method, and another is your set builder method. Okay, so let us try to understand how to represent the set in a roster method or set builder method. Suppose I am taking all natural numbers less than 6. Okay, so when we represent a set, so we always take a curly brackets, we always do curly brackets. Okay, so first we will give that curly brackets. Okay, all natural numbers less than 6, what are the elements, which are the natural numbers, 1, it will come 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the numbers. So in roster method, what we do, we explicitly write the elements. What are the elements? What are the members of the set? So these are the members 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 within two curly brackets, and the elements are separated by commas. Okay, and in set builder method, instead of writing explicit elements, we'll write a single common property so that all elements we can understand. ঠিক আছে, আমরা কিভাবে লিখবো, set কে within a curly brackets, ঠিক আছে, x এইভাবে বলবো such that এই সিম্বলটাকে আমরা কি করব colon means such that sometimes this such that is represented by this symbol also this symbol okay x such that x is at any element of this set now x should property x belongs to natural number n is here n denoted by natural number okay and will this complete information about this set all natural numbers less than 6 now if I say x such that x belongs to n means it will come 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on but we have to restrict up to 6 so we'll say x is less than 6 okay now in this sense someone will say sir can I write x less or equal to 5 yes this is also true okay less than 6 we can say x less or equal to 5 so in roster method what we do so sometimes in this roster method we have explicitly written the elements so that is why this is called also tabular method or listing method okay now in set builder method we write the instead of writing the elements we write the property of the elements that is why this sometimes this is called also property method representation of set by property method now so this set name is a if I say same set this set name is also a because we know that now if I say 1 now if I write 3 2 1 4 5 can these two sets are equal and এই দুটো সেটকে আমরা সেম বলতে পারবো that means first thing order does not matters if I say 1 4 5 okay will this set and this set are same yes this also same means second thing what we know that second important thing is repetition also does not matters okay so when we represent the set we write order does not matter means in which order we are listing the elements that is not much importance okay and that repetition does not matter means how many times one we write one we write or single one we write this is the same thing ঠিক আছে মানে generally we omit ঠিক আছে আমরা কি করি সাধারণত আমরা কি ভাবে করি 1 কে চারবার না লিখে ডিস্টিংক্ট এলিমেন্ট কে একবারই লিখি ঠিক আছে সো मतलब সেটের এলিমেন্টস বলতে আমরা ডিস্টিংক্ট এলিমেন্ট কে বুঝাই ঠিক আছে so this is called your roster method or tabular method or listing method ঠিক আছে two important thing we know in roster method order does not matter representation repetition does not matters okay so roster method we can say this is explicit method we write all the elements this is also sometimes called general method to represent a set okay understood so these are the representation of sets how to represent the set now if I say suppose let us take some examples suppose 2 4 8 16 32 this suppose this set name is a okay set name is a 2 4 8 16 32 this is the elements now this is written in which method listing method means roster form you try to convert it into which method if this is explicit given then we have to write in set builder form okay so how we write we'll say x such that what is the property x is equal to can I say 2 power n because this is 2 power 1 2 square 2 cube 2 4 2 to the power 4 2 to the power 5 and this will this complete information no because we have to mention what is n belongs to n natural numbers okay and n less than but if I say n belongs to natural number 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on but how many times we have to restrict this is up to power 2 power 5 so n less than or equal to what 5 someone we can say n less than 6 also okay this is also absolutely correct okay so this is the representation of set builder form. Now if someone omit this line, then will it be the complete information? Now this will not be the complete information. কারণ তখন কি এই n মানটা কি হতে পারে, নেগেটিভ হতে পারে, ঠিক আছে? সো ইফ আই রেস্ট্রিক্ট মাই n belongs to n and this n means natural numbers, then n means natural numbers. ওকে, সো যখনই আমাদের দেওয়া থাকবে, এই সেটটার লিস্টিং মেথডে দেওয়া থাকবে, মানে রোস্টার ফর্মে you can convert it into set builder method, ঠিক আছে? আর set builder মেথডটা কারেক্ট হবে কিনা দেখে নিব আমরা। 2 to the power n, হ্যাঁ, n যদি 1 বসাই তাহলে 2 4 8 16 32 আসবে, ঠিক আছে? Understood? So let us take another example. Suppose if I say example number 2, suppose b set equal to 2 4 6 8 10. Now how we'll write this set in x such that, what is the property? X is multiple of 2. Now n belongs to what? Natural number again, and n belongs to natural number again, and what is the value up to 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 2, 4s are 2, 5s are, so n less or equal to again 5. So this way you can represent. These are very common question. Okay, sometimes it is asked in your exam also. Acha, another thing you remember, this n is stand for which set? Natural numbers. N is stand for, because we will use frequently this. N stand for natural, Z is stand for integers, Q is stand for rationals, and this is R is stand for reals. Okay, understood? So next what we will study, that is types of sets. Next is your types of sets. Okay, in types of set, first type is your empty set. Sometimes also called it is null set, or sometimes also it is called, also name is void set. This is represented by this symbol phi, or within curly brackets there is nothing. So empty set means, নাম থেকে আমরা বুঝতে পারছি empty set means, আচ্ছা সিম্বল দেখে তো বুঝতে পারছি, যদি আমরা কার্লি ব্র্যাকেটের ভিতরে কিছু না লিখি তাহলে কি, there is no element. So a set which does not have any element, that is called your empty set. For example, if I take A is my set x such that x belongs to natural number, and now you say me x such that x belongs to natural number and x lies between 1 and 2. 1 এবং 2 এর মধ্যে 1 and 2 এর মধ্যে কোনটা ন্যাচারাল নাম্বার আছে? There is nothing, so this set is empty set. Okay, this set is also empty set. Okay, now if I say another example, if I say even prime number greater than 2, if this is my set A, this is also empty set. Why? Because we know 2 is the only even prime number. Okay, so there is no other even prime number, so this is also an empty set. Next number 2 is your singleton set. Singleton set means a set which have only single element, that is called your singleton set. A set which have only single element, that is called your singleton set. For example, if I take x such that x belongs to natural number and x square equal to 4, how many elements will be there? So this is our set A. If I take, how many natural numbers are there whose square is 4? Only 1 2. Okay, and that even prime if I say even prime number, this is also what? Singleton set 2. Okay, now if I say prime number between 2 and 5, this is also singleton set. What is the set? Understood? So empty set means there is no element. Singleton set means single element. This is called your what type of set? Singleton set. Okay, so next type, next type. This is all your simpleton set. This next is your finite and infinite sets. So নাম থেকে আমরা বুঝতে পারছি finite means if the number of elements are finite, মানে number of elements টা count করতে করতে after some stage it will end. And infinite means there is infinite number of elements. They say, for example, set of natural numbers, set of real numbers, okay, set of integers. These are all infinite sets. And finite sets, for example, this is, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4. This is called your finite set. Okay, means how many elements are there? 4 elements are there. Okay, if this set is A, okay, so number of elements in A is how many? 4. Okay, so you write represent by this way. This will give number of elements or number of member. How many members of the set A are there? 4 number of elements are there. Okay, so finite set and infinite set we have understood. Okay. Next, cardinality or cardinal number of a set. Okay, suppose cardinality or cardinal number, you can say. So if I take set A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number of elements in A present is called your cardinality of the set. Cardinality, or we can say cardinal number, or sometimes it's called order of the set. Also order of the set. Okay, so number of, how many number of elements? 4 elements are there. So cardinality is your 4. Okay, understood? So next, in type of set we'll learn that is called your equivalent sets. Equivalent sets. Okay, suppose a set is given 1, 2, 3, 4. Another set B is given, suppose A, B, C, D. Okay, now see, number of elements in A, cardinality of A is 4 and cardinality of B is also 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of elements are same, but elements are different. So if two sets having number of elements is same and elements are different, that is called your equivalent set. Okay, A and B will say equivalent. Okay, next definition, it will be your equal sets. Okay, now suppose if I take A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B equal to 4, 2, 3, 1. Now here number of elements in A is also 4, number of elements in B is equal to 4. Another thing, first is equivalent, in A and B are equivalent set. Why? Because number of elements are equal but elements are different. Now 4, 2, 3, 1. Can we say exactly what are the elements in A? Also elements of B. Yes, we can say. Okay, so in this type of situation we'll call, say A is equal to B. A and B are equal set. In this sense we will say A is not equal to B because they are cardinal number same. Okay, means number of elements are same, means we can say equivalent set. আমরা বলতে পারি এটাকে equivalent set, but equal set, exactly the alike set, that is your equivalent set. And another thing, also 4, 2, 3, 1, we know order does not matter. Okay, now also if I say, write another set 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Can I say A and C, A, B, C are equal? Yes, because we know repetition does not matters. Okay, so equivalent sets means number of elements are same, and equal sets means exactly the same element. Okay, so in next type of set, that is called your subsets and supersets. Subsets and supersets. Subsets and superset. Okay, subset means if two sets are given, A and B, A is said to be a subset of B if every member of the set A is also a member of the set B. For example, if I say take A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and B equal to, if I take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can write like this way. Now see, every member of this set A is also a member of D. 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, 4 is there. So we'll say A is a subset of B. Okay, we'll write like this way. A is subset of B. Okay, so if A is a subset of B, then that bigger set, okay, this is called your superset, this is called your superset, and it is B is a superset of A. Bigger set is called your superset, smaller set is called your subset. Okay, and subset also another name is they are contained in B, contained in the set B. A is contained in the set B. Also we can say. So B is a superset of A. Okay, understood? Now in subsets there are also two types of sets. Okay, one is proper subset and another is improper. Proper subset. Let us take an example. Now if I say, suppose class 11. Now in many schools we know that 11th A student, 11th B students, 11th C students. There are many sections in class 11. So we are taking class 11th. So these 11th A, B and C are the part of the class 11, entire class 11. Okay, so entire class 11 is your superset, and these class 11th A, class 11th B, class 11th C is all are your subset. Now see, 11th A is contained in 11th class, 11th B also contained in 11th. Okay, now see 11th A যেটা থাকবে, 11th A যেটা থাকবে complete সব স্টুডেন্ট ক্লাস 11 এর সব স্টুডেন্ট তো 11th A তে থাকবে না, তাহলে that is called your proper subset. Proper subset. Now you see just 11th class 11th is a subset of 11th. Can we say? Yes, obviously, because for subset every member of the set must be a member of that set. Set A प्रत्येक element set B पे लगता है. So this type of set is called your improper subset. Improper subset. Okay, improper subset. Proper and improper. Have you understood? So let us recall that. Let us try to analyze it. Okay, subset means part of a set. If a set is given, if I take that part of that set and make another set, that is called your subset. Okay, and whole set is called your superset. Given set is called your superset. Okay, proper means completely contained. Okay, say A will be a proper subset of, this is the symbol of proper, equal sign is not there. Proper subset of B if B has more element than A. In this example we can say A is properly contained in B. Okay, for 11 class you can compare this. Understood? If a set is given, then how many subsets we can write? Okay, before that another thing, if a set A equal to 1, 2 and 3 element set is given. Okay, so number of elements is how many? And there 3 are number of elements is 3. Okay, so how many subset we can write? We can write first singleton 1, singleton 2, singleton 3, because these are all subset. We know properly these are proper subsets, properly contained. Another is we can take 2 elements and make another set, 1, 2, 1, 3, then 2, 3. Another we can take all the elements at a time, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and empty set. Always a subset of any given set. Why? Because for subset, what is the condition? Every member of this set must be a member of this set. But we know phi does not have any element, so by default we will say phi. This is your subset of every set. Okay. So how many number of elements are there? 1 in subset. How many number of subset? Number of subset. How many we have got? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subsets we are getting. Okay. 8 subset we are getting. So what we can say, 8 can be written as 2 cube. 2 power cube means 2 to the power number of, means we can say 2 to the power number of elements in A, set A. So if someone asks, now there here to only 3 elements, so we can list all the subset. But if someone say there are 100 elements are there, then can we list? No. But there is an answer. How many possible subsets are there? 2 to the power 100 possible subsets are there. Okay. So you always remember, if a set A contain number of elements in set A is equal to, suppose, P, then number of subsets is equal to 2 to the power P. Okay, or we can say 2 to the power number of elements in A. Okay, so set must be finite also. Okay, next thing, for this example, how many possible subsets are there? 8 subsets we are getting. Okay, now if I take this in a set and this is denoted by P of A, and it is called your power set of the given set A. Okay, power set of the set given A, set A. Okay, what do you mean by power set? Power set মানে কি, যে possible subsets কে মিলিয়ে যদি আরেকটা set বানাই, that is called your power set of the given set. Understood? Power set of the given set. Suppose if I take A equal to A comma B, then what is power set of A? First thing, number of possible subsets. So you have already seen 5 is always a subset of that set. Okay. Another thing, power set of A contain first singleton A, singleton B. Now taking 2 elements A comma B. Okay. So you always remember, if any set is given, phi empty set is always a subset of A, and A is a subset of always any set is given, it is a subset of itself. This is improper, and this is, we'll take this is a proper subset, but some authorities they are taking this is an improper subset also. Okay, so if any set is given, at least 2 subsets we can write, empty set and the set itself. Understood? Okay, so next thing, power set we have studied. Then next called is your universal set. Universal set. A set containing all elements is called universal set. Suppose, let us take the example, A equal to, suppose, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this universal set is denoted by, and is denoted by capital U. Okay, or sometimes this symbol or this symbol mu. Okay, so U, what will be U? Usually, someone will say this is 5, 6, means the set A itself, means we can say, someone will say 5, 6, 7, 8. Someone will say set of natural numbers, someone will say set of integers, someone will say set of whole numbers, set of reals. Okay, means universal set and mane ki set containing all elements, 5, 6, 7, 8 containing all elements, or we can, let me take another element, 9. Okay, natural number also containing all elements of this set. So for this set A, U, natural number, these also, a universal set. ठीक है से? This contain all elements of the given set. This is also this we can say this is a universal set for this given set. Okay, now if I take U is equal to, suppose, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now can I say for this set this is a universal set? Now you will say, what is the relation between A and AF? There is no such relation. So you remember, we should write a set containing all elements in the given context. In the given context. মানে given context এর মধ্যে সবচেয়ে biggest set. Okay, a set containing in the given context, a set containing all the elements of the given sets are called your universal set. Okay, so in numbers we can say, if I take positive numbers, positive integers, then natural number is your universal set. So in question it will be given. Understood? So next thing, so we have understood universal set. Next, so let us see some subsets of real numbers. These are very important. Subset of real numbers. Okay, we know a real number can be represented in line. This is minus infinity, this is plus infinity, somewhere there in middle 0 plus infinity, 0 minus infinity. Okay, so how many numbers are there between, can I say that how many numbers are there between 0 and 1? Infinitely many numbers are there, we cannot count them. Okay, between 0 and 1 there are infinitely many numbers. Okay, so between two real numbers, if we want to represent the numbers, then that representation is called your intervals. Okay, intervals মানে কি, দুইটা রিয়েল নাম্বারের মধ্যখানে যতটা নাম্বার থাকবে, ঠিক আছে, তাদেরকে আমরা কি বলি, we can include it in intervals. ঠিক আছে, intervals. ঠিক আছে, তো intervals এর মধ্যে অনেকটি পার্ট আছে. if I consider 0, 1 including 0 and 1, this is called your closed interval. This is called your closed interval. What is the meaning of this? This in set builder form we can say x such that x belongs to real number, comma 0 less or equal to x less or equal to 1. This is called your closed interval. If we including 0 and 1, if we take all real numbers between 0 and 1, including 0 and 1, that is called your closed interval. Okay, next type, if I exclude 0 and 1, that is called your open interval. Open interval means in set builder form we can say x such that x belongs to r, 0, x less than 1. Now we are not including 0 and 1. Okay, another type is there your semi-open and semi-closed. Semi-closed means if I semi-open means if I exclude 0 and include 1, that is called your semi-open. That means set of all x such that x belongs to r, and this first bracket means this is open, means 0 greater than x but less or equal to 1. Okay, including 0, excluding 0 and including 1, if we take all the numbers, that is your semi-open. And semi-closed means what will be the symbol? 0, 1. So this is x such that x belongs to r, 0. Now 0 is included and 1 is excluded. Okay, so this is called your semi-open and semi-closed. Okay, now in real number line, if we want to show closed intervals between 0 and 1, closed intervals means if we take any two numbers between these two numbers, including that two numbers, suppose for example 2 and 4, including the two numbers, this is represented by closed interval 2 and 4, including 2 and 4, set of all possible real numbers, that is called your closed interval. Another, suppose if I take 2 and 4, I'm taking again 2 and 4. Okay, this is open interval means excluding 2 and 4. So diagrammatically you can say in 2 this is hollow mark, in 4 this is hollow mark. Excluding 2 and 4, if I take all real numbers, here 2 and 4, not any, 2 and 4, then that is called your what? In this open interval. Semi-open means this is your minus, this is your plus infinity, minus infinity, plus infinity. If I take again 2 and 4, in semi-open 2 is excluded. Excluded means there is a hollow mark. So this is your 2, 4. Okay, there is a rigid mark. Okay. Next, semi-closed. If I represent in real number line, plus infinity, minus infinity, 2. Semi-closed means 2 is closed and this 4 is open. This is represented by semi-closed. Understood? and this C, these all are subset of real numbers. All any interval, if any interval is given, that will be a subset. Why? Because subset we know part of the set, or we can say every element definition. ঠিক আছে, আমরা এখান থেকে রিয়েল নাম্বার লাইন থেকে দেখতে পারবো যে ইন্টারভালস মানে কি, we are taking some part between two numbers, we are taking part. Okay, so this will obviously a subset of real numbers. Understood? Last thing in today's lecture, that is called your Venn diagrams. Diagrammatically also we can say represent the set. Okay, that is called your Venn diagram. So for representation of set diagrammatically or by Venn diagram, we need a universal set U. Suppose U equal to, I am considering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 20. Okay. Now I am taking set A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and set B equal to 5, 6, 7, 8. In Venn diagram, first we need a universal set, then two sets, two or more sets, because we know universal set means in a given context all elements will contain. Okay, so when we represent it diagrammatically, or you can say Venn diagram, we always represent that universal set by a rectangle. So okay, rectangular ভিতরে universal set এর ভিতরে সব set থাকবে, that means all elements will be there. So A set A is here and 5, 6, 7, 8 set B is there. So this way we will represent. Okay, understood? So you try to solve the NCERT textbook. It is enough for board exam purpose and to solve NCERT questions. Okay, so in our next lecture, we will try to solve some more questions, alright, and some more concept. Okay, bye bye.